This video is for my therapist. You are still welcome to watch it, even if you are not my therapist, but you might miss out on some context clues, so bear that in mind and don't get mad at me if you don't know what a bird is. The first bird that I saw was a seagull. This is a picture of it flying above the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. I remember when Dunkin' Donuts used to just be called Dunkin'. They got rid of the donuts in their name because they were like, oh, we want to be associated with more than just donuts. Like, we make coffee and breakfast sandwiches too. We're Dunkin', not just Dunkin' Donuts. But then they switched it back to Dunkin' Donuts because they realized their coffee tastes like ass. It's the same strategy that, like, a lot of companies did that shit. I know Domino's did that. They used to be Domino's Pizza. Now they're just Domino's. I guess because their pasta is, like, actually good as opposed to the diarrhea water that Dunkin' sells and pretends is coffee. For bird number 2, this is an African penguin. I saw this at the Boston Aquarium. It is making a motion with its body language that, according to the signs, means stay away from my space. That's why he's in a little cave having a standoff with the other two that are trying to get in his space, and he doesn't want them in his space. I learned something interesting as well. These African penguins, they're in South Africa. I always thought that most penguins were, like, in the cold, like the Antarctic and the Arctic and that sort of stuff. Not true. Only 2 penguin species live in I believe they're both in the Antarctic. And that is, like, the emperor penguins and one other one I can't remember. But most penguin species, basically all other penguin species, live in temperate climates. There's, like, some in Ireland, like the rock hoppers that'll hop around the rocks, and there's a bunch in South America and in Africa. So yeah, this is an African penguin, and it does not need it to be cold. I mean, presumably it can't be, like, super, super hot. They are in the southern part of Africa, so, like, it's temperate there. It's not hot, but, like, it's still, I don't know, that's interesting. I always thought that they were just cold. For bird number 3, I have pigeons. These pigeons are on top of a gas station sign because they don't give a fuck about the environment. Like, they don't give a fuck. They support fossil fuel companies. Very much the Latin Republicans, the whole, I didn't think the leopards eating face party would eat my face. Because, like, these birds are absolutely fucked when the ozone layer catches on fire. But, they don't care. They actually take money from big oil. And that's fucked up. This is bird number 4. This is Sharon. Sharon is a single mom. She works very, very hard, and she has enough problems on her plate without being told she doesn't count as one of the 5 birds for the purpose of this assignment. So, yeah, if you don't think Sharon is valid, that sounds like that's your problem and not mine. And you should probably just support her. And finally, bird number 5, this is a Tyrannosaurus rex. This is an ancient bird. As you can see, he is wearing a scarf to stay warm because this was before birds grew feathers. Future Tyrannosaurus rexes, modern T-Rexes, all have feathers to keep themselves warm in the cold Boston winter, so they don't actually need to knit scarves. This is sort of a reenactment of what an ancient Tyrannosaurus rex would look like that the Museum of Science put together. But I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, those are my 5 birds, so I hope you like them. Bye.